If what Jonathan did to Clara is not witchcraft, then I don't know what to call it. How can you do this to Clara after all these sacrifices this woman has made for you? I mean, even if you met Hans in Clara's house, is that enough reason for you to do this to Clara? Or could it be that Jonathan did not even stop for a second to think of what will happen to Clara after his action? That Clara might end up, sent to jail for life or probably killed for food poisoning. That is crazy. At this point, it is obvious that Jonathan is very selfish. You can't do this to somebody who is always breaking her back for you. Now Jonathan has lost everything. He has lost his helper. Let me see how he's going to manage his life. He is very lucky that Clara decided not to lock him up. If not, he would have ended up, in fact, wasting his life in jail. Even when Clara has finally found an opportunity for her to go away from this whole charade, she is still thinking of the well-being of her daughter, the same daughter that Jonathan humiliated her over, that she is not the mother of that child. She is doing her best to secure that girl's future. And by that, Jonathan is also going to enjoy that privilege, because if Clara actually buy that house and hand it over to Benny and put a reasonable amount of money in Benny's account, Benny is not going to be stingy to the father. At some point, she will start helping the dad. Jonathan does not deserve anything at all. He should be sent out of that house. At least let him go and suffer a little so that his senses will come back. How can you allow your fellow man, a maker, to manipulate you up to a point that you have to lose everything, and without even taking some time to think about what you are doing, if it's right or wrong? That is crazy. Now Emeka has set him up with another woman. He's beginning to feel that, oh, this woman is going to rescue me. He does not know that Emeka is behind all that is happening right now. It is also a game plan to finally ruin him completely. Just wait and see what will happen to you. This is just the beginning. To be honest, Clara has endured a lot in this marriage between herself and Jonathan. I think this is an opportunity for Clara to truly be happy with the person that she truly loves and who is also ready to take care of her. Hans has finally gotten an opportunity, because if Clara chooses to follow Hans to relocate to another country, they are definitely going to be together and be a happy couple at the end of the day. That Jonathan discovered the money that Clara gave to him. He came downstairs to meet with his family, and they were all happy when Jonathan brought out this money, because truly there was no food to eat and nobody had any hope of eating at all. But then he said, this is a miracle money. But then Teresa was thinking that it was because she was pushing Jonathan. She started telling Jonathan, you are not a man and all that. And Jonathan went inside to bring that money, not knowing that Clara gave that money to Jonathan without his consent. At least this is a very good, kind gesture that Clara has done to Jonathan. That would at least warrant him to at least show some love to Clara. Hans went to visit Clara to at least speak some words to Clara concerning his relocation, because Hans has businesses all over town, and based on the recent happening, it will be very good for him to at least relocate, let him go back to another country and continue his business there, because these people are just set out to ruin him. But on breaking the news to Clara that he wants to relocate, in fact, everything changed. You can see the sadness in Clara's face. She doesn't want to lose Hank's presence at all. Even though she's married to another man, she still loves Hank's being around, because this guy has been a lot of help to Clara lately. But then while he was, trying to, tell Clara about everything that is happening, Jonathan stepped in to actually truly appreciate Clara for what Clara did. Because what Clara did to Jonathan is something that he never expected will happen to him. I mean, how can you be quarreling with somebody, calling her names, and at the same time the person gives you money to help support your family, But then she saw Hans in Clara's house and she started, what is this guy doing here? I mean, oh God, you just stepped into this house. Besides, you are not the one paying the house rent in this house. If you met Hans in this house, it is left for you to calm down and know what the situation is all about. Not for you to start raking and start calling Clara and how long that you thought she has changed, yet she's still cheating with the same hands and all that. Do you expect Clara to stand there and look at you and listen to you calling her names? I thought you are here to appreciate Clara for her to even do more and perhaps even give you a chance. Instead, Jonathan was insulting Clara. And of course, Clara is not that woman that will sit down there and take insult. She slapped Jonathan. And Jonathan, instead of him to at least respect himself, he was very fired up to beating up Clara. But Hanks wouldn't let that happen, and it turned to a serious fight. This is where I blame Jonathan. He would have at least acted matured at this point, but he never did. They started fighting and all that. This is not supposed to be happening. Jonathan is just somebody that is so shameless. Coming out of the house, Jonathan now called Emeka that it's about time we sabotage Clara's business, because I feel that since Clara has that business and she has the money, that is the most reason why Clara is not respecting me at all. Clara is cheating on me and all that. But Jonathan is wrong. Why calling somebody that is looking for a way to completely destroy you? Can't you at least read the handwritings on the wall? But that is the kind of person that Jonathan is. And when she called Jonathan, Jonathan eventually went to Clara's, restaurant to put some poisoning in her food, which is crazy. But then while he was doing it, Emeka was somewhere recording him, because he already know that Jonathan was going to put through with this evil plan. And for him to completely ruin Jonathan, he has to film everything so that he will have evidence that will be, posted in the public domain. Jonathan got back home, but the daughter saw him walking in. Where is my dad coming from? She was already worried because the dad left the house and now he's coming in a haste, trying to hide something. What is this man up to at this point? Then the unfortunate happened. When Clara got to her restaurant, cooked food as usual, serving her customers, she discovered that something was, wrong with the customers while they were eating the food. I mean, all of them were like crying and everything. They were struggling for their life, also vomiting blood. What is happening? Which means that this food has been poisoned. But then again, Clara is not that kind of woman that will cook food and poison it. It's crazy. What exactly is happening? She fainted at the sight of that blood, because she on herself cannot, be poisoning her own customers, people that are giving her money, making her, to be rich. But then she quickly put a call to Hans. When Hans gone to the office and saw his phone ringing, he listened to the call and it was Clara telling Hans what has happened to her. And of course, that Hans is not that kind of person that will sit back and watch something bad happening to, Clara. He is always very proactive. Anytime Clara calls for Hans's help, he leaves everything just to go see Clara. Jonathan was shamelessly disgracing himself on the street, fighting with a driver that said he must pay me my 3,000 naira as agreed. But while they were arguing, Jonathan said, "You never said it's 3,000. I needed to give you 2,000 naira." But Jonathan insists that he must bring the 3,000 naira. Then, not knowing that Emeka has also set up somebody that will come to rescue Jonathan, so that he will use this opportunity to completely enter Jonathan. A lady just walked in. What is happening? Is it just the 3,000 naira? She went inside, she picked up her phone and sent the 3,000 naira to the driver, just so that Jonathan will be freed. And now Jonathan is beginning to see the lady as an angel that came to his rescue, not knowing that it is all a game plan. Jonathan has not seen anything yet. Emeka said he is not going to stop until he sees your last breath. And he's actually doing everything to making sure that he goes through with that threat towards you. And Jonathan started crying, and the stranger told him, "It is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Something good can also come out of this." Clara was taken to the hospital, and then Hanks was there to at least support Clara, including her daughter. And she was wondering who she had offended that will go on to poison the food that she was actually selling to her customers. Because this whole thing can actually send Clara to jail. But the good thing is that Clara hangs in her life that are actually, sorted everything outside the court. And in fact, the people were, rewarded randomly. But unfortunately for Clara, she lost the restaurant. Remember that restaurant is the only where Clara was making money from. Also supporting her daughter, invariably giving Jonathan money to also feed. But Jonathan has ceased. In fact, he doesn't even listen to anything, not knowing that Jonathan is beginning to catch feelings for the girl that helped him on the street. He called Angel. He had to bring that lady to his house. And while they sat down and were talking, Jonathan was like, "I think this one would have been a good woman because she supported me and she also respects me and all of that." But then the daughter Benny came back home and met the father with another lady. And he asked her, "Dad, who is this? Who is this? Your wife is in the hospital and you are here with another woman, you know? And the girl was so pissed off up to a point that she was like, Mom has done everything for you. She has tried. Yet you have decided to pick another woman, over your wife. You think for a second that this person will be the best? This is a good replacement? Are you really serious, Dad? And he was quiet because he knew for a fact that he's doing the wrong thing. Just to know that this woman is up to something, she was still willing to stay with Jonathan, even when her child Benny went upstairs. Jonathan offered a drink. She was ready to take everything that is happening. But the two evil people met, you know, Emeka and Debbie met. And according to Emeka, it has, started again. Let's just sit down here and watch what will happen next. While Hans was in the hospital with Clara, he got an information in his phone, which happens to be that same video that Emeka recorded of Jonathan going to poison that food. And when she saw that message, he showed the video to Clara. And Clara was so pissed off and began to wonder, what have I done to Jonathan to deserve this? Everything I've done was just to help Jonathan. Why is he treating me like this? And Clara angrily went to Jonathan's house. And when she got there, she could not hold herself at this point. She started fighting Jonathan. What have I done to you? What have I done to you to deserve this? The only thing I did was to love you. I sacrificed for you. I did everything for you. And this is how you pay me? What have I done to you, Jonathan? And Jonathan shamelessly looked Clara in her face and tell her, I did this so that at least I could be able to hurt you and make you feel the kind of hurt the pain that I'm feeling. You make me lose my family and lose the trust I have for my daughter and everything. I wanted you to feel something like that too. But don't you know that by doing what you did to Clara, Clara might end up in prison? Didn't you reason that Clara might also be killed for poisoning that food she served her customers? Are you crazy? I think Jonathan at this point, he's insane. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. Jonathan must be raving mad. But then again, you know that Clara is that one woman that is not always happy with trouble around her. She told Jonathan, I have a lot to say, but I can't say it right now because it will be me wasting my time with you. But from this day, we are done completely. And this is where I began to see that Clara was also thinking of giving Jonathan a second chance, because according to her, leaving the house was at least to make Jonathan to be a better person, a better man, a sweet man that he actually got married to. But unfortunately, Jonathan is never going to be that man, not even in the nearest future. It is crazy how everything is panning out. It is also sad when you put in opportunity to make something better and the thing is getting worse day by day. Clara left and Clara said, I don't have that time. Let me just leave this place. I just have to leave because I don't have more energy to start, arguing with you. All right. And this is just to tell Jonathan that you have completely lost the one person that was willing to help you. You have lost your help because nobody is going to assist you anymore. But knowing that Clara is vulnerable at this moment, when Hans brought that information that he was going to leave the country, Clara was future because he told Clara to come with him so that Clara can at least change her environment. A lot is happening around Clara, but Clara was more concerned about her daughter's well-being, But the daughter said, Mommy, I want you to go. Please go away from here. I want you to be happy. My father will take care of me regardless of anything. Whatever happens, my dad will still take care of me. And Clara was happy for the daughter. And she said, I am going to take this opportunity to leave this country if I can own that house that my daughter lives in, And she decided to buy that house so that she can, put that house, hand it over to her daughter, Benny, and also put a reasonable amount of money in her daughter's account so that she will be okay because she wants her daughter to be fine. And of course, that Hans has the money. He said, okay, I'm going to do everything just to make you happy. I'm going to do it for you, right? And they had this beautiful family hug. I just wish that these people were family. This would have been a very good family. Emeka came and Jonathan was asking Emeka, how did those people got that information? How did they get the footage? And Emeka was lying to Jonathan. He was lying that that message, that video must have been gotten from a CCTV camera footage. And it's not adding up because the video doesn't even look like that, But Emeka will always have his way when it comes to Jonathan. Jonathan had no option but to believe Emeka lies. All right. And he told Jonathan the only way you can make Clara hot the same way you are hot, even though you saw it's according to you, you saw Clara crying and that hurts you. The only way you're going to hurt Clara is when you get another girl, right? Clara will be hard that you moved on so fast. And then the woman that Emeka planned with came into the picture and said to Jonathan, if you're willing to give life a second chance, I will do that with you, all right? I'm going to do that. And Jonathan is beginning to see this woman as somebody who will be his option, not knowing that she had a game plan with Emeka to completely finish Jonathan. And now you can see Jonathan is beginning to take a massage. He's enjoying himself and all that. He doesn't know what is coming for him. Oh, enjoying the moment because you don't know what is coming for you. You are going to cry. This is just the beginning. Just enjoy this moment. I know Jonathan was beginning to receive food on bed because the lady was beginning to serve Jonathan food on bed, which is crazy. At this point, Jonathan doesn't know what is coming for him, but let him just enjoy the moment because when the crying will start, nobody will be there to say sorry to him. But we'll find out about it on the next episode. Please like the video if you are not like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I will bring the next episode as soon as it drops. But for now, take care.